Once upon a time, there was a girl who put a man on the moon. Margaret Hamilton, computer scientist.
From the creators of the global bestseller Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls come two exciting new projects. Say hello to Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls Volume 2 and Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls, the podcast. Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls 2 is a beautiful hardcover book featuring 100 new inspiring bedtime stories about heroic women from all over the world. It's the most diverse bedtime book on the planet. It's illustrated by 70 amazing female artists. It also includes a beautiful detachable map and a glossary.
Hello Kickstarter! Last year, your incredible support helped us smash crowdfunding records. Together, we built a community spanning across 75 countries that gave us access to incredible news stories.
Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls 2 is about the pioneers that you helped us discover. It's about firefighters and watchmakers, skaters and eagle huntresses, scientists and activists. It's about champions and queens.
Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls 2 is the perfect companion to Volume 1, and that's why, if you want, you will find them together here in a beautiful gift box. So far, Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls has sold more than 500,000 copies. It's being translated into 30 languages, and it's helping families all around the world to raise a generation of girls who are ready to dream bigger, aim higher, and fight harder. Despite this success, we know that this battle is far from over.
Most of the content that we consume across different media is still packed with gender stereotypes. That's why we want to tackle not just publishing, but radio too.
Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls is a scripted podcast that brings to life with original music and outstanding sound design the most inspiring adventures contained in Volume 1 and 2. It transports you to the control room at NASA with Margaret Hamilton during the launch of Apollo 11, or on board a pirate ship loading cannons with Grace O'Malley. Each episode is a 12-minute long, sound-rich, deep dive into the story of a great woman. It's the perfect podcast to listen to while you're driving your kids to school, or while you're on your way to your next job interview.
Your support will help us hire a fantastic sound designer, the best radio producer, and create the first season of the show.
Back this campaign and be the first to receive Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls 2. You will also receive a secret episode of the podcast that will only be available to Kickstarter backers.
Story after story, conversation after conversation, portrait after portrait, together we are unlocking the fervid imagination and the great potential of so many girls around the world.
Be part of this movement. Help us push the Rebel Revolution even further and create a world where gender will not define how big you can dream or how far you can go. Thank you for watching.